Awesome. Hey, everybody. We are here live for our National Hot Dog Day online party. And yes, today is July 22nd, and it is National Hot Dog Day. And here at Sporty Dog Creations, we make hot dogs. We love hot dogs. We enjoy hot dogs. That's what we do. And so today we wanted to celebrate because we can't get out to our consumers, to our customers. We can't engage with you like we would like to. So we decided to try to bring the party online and have a little bit of a party and see if this is something that maybe, might be a possibility we can do again. So with that being said, I'm going to talk a little bit about Sporty Dog, kind of how we got started, introduce some of our guests today. We have a guest chef today as well. And then we're going to get into some fun stuff with our two boxers that we have today, Fidler Hernandez and Brandon Chambers, which is Team Brody. And they're going to go through the big debate about whether a hot dog is a sandwich or not. So, you know how that goes. That's been going on for a long time. It's a debate that has not been ever able to be settled. But we're going to see how these two guys pound it out and, make it fun. And we'll see who wins, who can take that crown away. And then we'll go ahead and do our giveaways at the end. So without further ado, my name, because I did not introduce myself, is LaShawna. They call me Sporty, go figure. And yes, I'm the owner and operator of Sporty Dog Creations alongside my daughter, Dejan Bennett, who is in the background somewhere. We just got finished doing some producing today, so she's probably cleaning up. But we started Sporty Dog Creations back in 2017. It was something to get my daughter into business. I, having worked for the government for quite some time, was ready to go. It was my time, and wanted to put my daughter into business. And I said, let's do hot dogs, right? Like, hot dogs is fun. It is the thing to do. But I said, let's make it from scratch. And I don't know what I was thinking when I said, let's make it from scratch. I was thinking, I guess, we wanted to make it healthy. We wanted to give it a little bit more creativeness. But I had no idea how involved it was. And so we hired a consultant, and we started putting our dogs together. And we now have a beef dog, a jerk chicken dog, and a vegan dog that we totally make from scratch. Very good. And then we top them with some of the things you would never even imagine. We have a delight dog, which has strawberries on it. We have a pineapple express dog, which has grilled pineapples on it. And then on our sportier side of things, we have our Ravens dog, which is a red cabbage curry slaw and caramelized onions. And then we have our Baltimore Black Sox dogs. We are the originators of the Baltimore Black Sox dog, which is a black eyed pea chili and caramelized onions. Sounds yummy, right? That's the way you get into National Hot Dog Day. And so we did that, created a buzz, started right in Baltimore in farmers markets. Our first market was the Greenmount West Market. It was a community right outside of Station North and North Avenue. And we ended up becoming the anchor vendor there because people were just coming to eat our hot dogs. So we're super excited about our growth. We're in our third year. And every year we're coming out with a new dog. Last year, our new dog was the hot honey chicken dog, which is our jerk chicken hot dog with pickles and a pepper relish. Really good. And I'm really happy about that one because it's a little different. It has kind of like a spice to it and then a sweetness to it as well. So with that being said, we are all about our hot dogs. And, National Hot Dog Day kind of like started back in, I think, 1991, just to give you a little bit of history, 91 or 92. And it was something that was done on the Hill. The government celebrated it. And the producers of meat put together an annual hot dog festival. Basically, people came out and just ate hot dogs. And it went from there. So there's national days all over the place, right? You got National Ice Cream Day, which just, I think, 2 days ago. And with the heat that's been going on right now, that was just the national day to have is an ice cream day. And so even though I didn't get a chance to enjoy any ice cream, I enjoy it when I get a chance. And so there's plenty of national days. And I think the National Hot Dog Day is the best. I'm just going to be a little bit biased. So that is how we started, and that's how we got where we are right now. We are now operating by producing. We have a small restaurant where we produce, and we also sell our hot dogs as well. And we're excited about our growth. We're excited about our customers. We're sad that we can't get to you guys, but now we're here. All right, so let me back up a little bit because we have some giveaways that we're going to give away towards the end of this. And I have them over here, so I'm going to shout out some of our sponsors. I want to shout out Black Acres Roastery. They produce coffee here in Baltimore. Very good coffee. We have our Nitro Cold Brew here. So this is going to be a giveaway to one of our participants. We also, one of our sponsors is Secret Sauce Company. They have a hot sauce and they have a ketchup, really good. They're also based right here in Baltimore. So we love connecting with our local business community here and working together with them. Then we also have Charm City Mead. So someone's gonna walk away with a variety pack of some Charm City Mead. And that's made right here, brewed right here as well. This is a variety pack that has a bunch of different, their more popular flavors in it. So somebody's gonna enjoy that. And then our last sponsor, but of course not our least favorite, is the Sporting Life. And so this is a bandana that was embroidered and stitched by the Sporting Life. And they do an array of things. They embroider t-shirts, they have old jerseys that they also embroider, and they do really funky, fun things with them. They are also right here in Baltimore, one of my favorite places to work with. So somebody will walk away with this bandana right now, and beer and hot dogs, always a good thing. So those are our sponsors. I just kind of wanted to make sure that I put them out there and make sure that we're recognizing them. Please check them all out. They are all amazing. In addition to that, we will be giving away a VIP, close to about $300, $350 value hot dogs for a year from Sporty Dog. So somebody will walk away with eating our hot dogs for a year. So that means that's the best thing, right? You can eat all of our new creations all the time for a full year. So we'll get to that towards the end. Outside of that, that's basically us in a nutshell. I mean, there's far more us, to us, but that's us in a nutshell. We want to get started because we're a little late. So we have a chef, our guest chef today, Chef Nina. And she is from DC, hailing from Florida though. And she's going to be doing a little mix with us and showing you how to elevate your hot dog, healthy tips. And I'm going to let her just kind of like jump in and talk a little bit about herself. Hit your mute button.
Hi, can you hear me now? Hello, everybody out there. I am excited to be here today. I have a little hot dog jizz on my shirt, on my coat. But I am Chef Nina Bryant of the Knives and Aprons Virtual Cooking School and of She Makes Delicious, the only Black-owned meal prep subscription box in the United States. How dope is that, right? And I'm so glad to be with you guys today. I just want to say thank you, Sporty, for allowing me to be a part of this. I think this is super dope. I'm working on my own little hot dogs here. I'm going to show you guys. So this one is my vegan one, and it's a soy chorizo, and I put pepper dews with sauerkraut and it's some mustard in there. And this one I'm making like a breakfast dog because it's a chicken hot dog. So I'm doing prosciutto with, I'm doing a fried egg, and then I am going to do like a little mustard sauce. Hey, Chef Tasha. So I just want to talk to you guys about hot dogs. They get a bad rap. We know they get a bad rap, right? But we have people out there and friends out there like Sporty who make us a variety of different hot dogs. Traditionally, you know, hot dogs are made from swine, pig, and a lot of people are like, you know, they don't want to, you know, eat pig anymore. So they're looking for different variations on how to get a hot dog, and then also how to make them instead of just putting ketchup and mustard on it. Because usually, like me and Sporty were talking today, and I was like, oh my God, MLB starts today, right? And when I think about going to a ballpark, all I think about is like sauerkraut, spicy mustard, onions, relish, and ketchup. Like, that's it. No variety. We throwing a hot dog at you, $2. You got a hot dog. But let's just say, what if we were able to take hot dogs up a notch? Like, what if hot dogs was the new girlfriend's brunch, right? So what if, I think it would be totally cool, since you have to be, you know, nobody's really going to the parks like they normally do, but how cool would it be to have like this hot dog buffet? And what I mean is not hot dogs sitting in a crock pot with chili on the side. No, what if we had some great additions to the hot dogs, kind of like what Sporty does with the black-eyed pea salt. Listen, my mouth just started to water just thinking about it. And this jerk chicken. First of all, that should be illegal in all states. A jerk chicken. Who, why, and where, and why is it not in my house is the problem. But think about that. So you have this beautiful jerk chicken dog. So my thing is, in my head, okay, a jerk chicken hot dog would be spicy. So what better way than to pair with something that's a little mild? Maybe an avocado salsa. And then for added crunch, let's do some tostadas and grind them up a little bit and then sprinkle those on top of this avocado salsa. I think we're gonna have to do this, Sporty. I think we might have to do another Zoom. What if we had hot dogs for breakfast? Because let me tell you something, when I have a hangover, I am not a bread eater per se, but I'm not looking for waffles. But I know, you know, Keisha, we stayed over her house and she had some hot dogs in the back of the refrigerator. So let's grab some bacon, let's fry some eggs, let's get some pepper jack cheese and make maybe a pepper jack cheese sauce instead of ketchup and mustard. Throw that on top of a hot dog with some beautiful caramelized onions. Add a little bit of sage in there. Lord, I might start liking hot dogs again. Now, at my company, She Makes Delicious, we actually ship our food all over the country. And me and Sporty, you know, we're going back and forth with this thing. We're going to figure it out. But I feel like we need to offer the vegan hot dog in this meal prep subscription box. You guys tell me what you think. But I was thinking about this vegan hot dog and I was like, oh my God, we can totally do this vegan hot dog and it's gonna be fabulous. And what about a salsa on top? Or let's just throw that black-eyed pea. First of all, what made you even think of a black-eyed pea? Like, where did you channel that from? You know, we from up north, right? So black-eyed peas is for New Year's.
It's a Southern thing, yeah.
I know. I'm like, what is she talking about? Oh my gosh. I even thought about, now I know this wouldn't be considered a hot dog, it would probably be more sausage, but when I worked in the restaurants, we used to make a seafood sausage. So it was lobster, crab, and shrimp that we would sous vide down. You know, we would do the casings and everything like that, but we would top it with a garlic basil creme sauce. And
that sounds amazing.
Doesn't that sound amazing?
Yeah, it does.
Oh my God, wouldn't you eat that on a beach somewhere? Girl, with a nice Bellini. Listen, hot dogs can be elevated. The thing is, you just have to take the stigma of ballpark away from it. You can make hot dogs into a beautiful thing. I'm telling you, because, you know, what is it? MLB starts today. Today's Thursday. Then we have football is coming back. If you guys didn't know, I was a celebrity. I still am a celebrity chef. I've cooked for Common. I've cooked for prime ministers, Bobby Flay, and I've also cooked for 7 NFL athletes. During COVID, there was no athlete play. So what happens to athletes when they're not from that city? They go back home. They do their own thing, which is fine. But I had to figure out what I needed to do for me as far as my business. So, you know, in my head, I'm like, oh, all I know how to do is cook. All I know how to do, that's false. Because I've been doing this business thing. I just didn't tap into those buttons, right? So once I started tapping into those buttons and thinking outside of my chef head, I realized that I can ship food. I was just shipping food to a client in Seattle. What would be the difference in shipping the food to everyone else? None. There's no difference. So I started doing more and more research. I went to the science part of food, started doing more and more research on how to keep food fresh, ship it, and compete with Freshly, Blue Apron, and all those things. I said, oh my gosh, that's a no-brainer. Go on your Facebook. If you've ever been to my Facebook or Instagram pages, they look like Pinterest. It looks like you just want to scratch and sniff, right? So I said, I'm going to take the meals with the most likes or follows or, you know, whichever ones people ask about the most. I'm going to take those meals and I'm going to put them in a box. I'm going to portion them correctly so that people, because no one eats like an athlete eats. I'm sorry. I'm sure Brandon and Blaze can attest to the eating habits of athletes. No one in the world eats like them. So we brought the portions down. We still gave you that same flavor, the same color, the same beauty that would be showcased on a plate. We put that into a container, and now we're on week 6 of this, and we have shipped from Florida to Wisconsin, back home to DC, to Virginia, Miami, Maine, Washington State, Wisconsin, and California. So during this pivot, I've learned so much about myself. I've grown. I also have a 5-month-old child in here. But I have a very picky eater. And guess what her favorite thing to eat is? Hot dogs.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Kids love them.
They love hot dogs. And we actually eat, I eat the chicken and vegan, but she likes the turkey ones. And then what I do for her, so I boil it, but then I have my grill pan. And I just give it a little smokiness because she's fancy like that. She wants it on the grill all the time. So she's a child of a chef, so she has to be fancy. But yes, hot dogs, you can take them to the next level. So this is the season. Sports season is coming up. Even if sports season was not coming up, and you need to feel that to be in the mood for a hot dog. You know, Sporty has some great toppings. Like insane, what was it? Strawberry? What was it?
So our delight dog is strawberries, and we grill them. So we don't grill them, of course, for long, but arugula at the bottom of the roll, and then feta cheese with a balsamic drizzle. So that on the vegan dog though is like amazing. So it's because the vegan dog has a little bit of a spice in it too as well. So it's kind of weird because when you think about it, people will think that, oh, strawberries doesn't go on beef, but no, it pairs very well with beef. So, you know, you gotta really try it to really, you know, get that palate for it. And most people don't want to try it, but I've been trying to kind of like, by me not being out right now, I haven't been able to kind of like throw my hot dogs on people. But when we were out, I was literally like throwing them like, you got to try this one. You don't even have to buy it if you don't like it. Like I would literally tell them that. Yeah. So.
And that's the great thing about the hot dog. But you know what, Sporty? I wouldn't even, people eat with their eyes.
Yeah.
So you as a chef, you know, we as food people, you know, yes, we want to get into the macerated berry with the arugula, because the arugula is the pepper. The berry is the sweetness, and then you have that hot dog that comes. That's the crispiness, right? So we know all these things, but as long as it looks good, we're gonna try it.
Exactly. So that was the way to get them to really like it. Yeah, is to just put together a nice picture where they'll see it like, oh, and they'll give you that, okay, I guess I'll try it, you know, kind of thing. But they usually start off with something really simple: relish, onions, maybe the caramelized onions, maybe some mushrooms. But outside of that, I kind of got to get them like, yeah, the strawberry dog is really good. You might want to try it. And then, they'll fall for it eventually. But I have customers that come back to me and that have tried basically all of the dogs, and yeah, they're all pretty good.
Don't worry. I'm gonna get them eating all of the hot dogs with the strawberries. I'm so excited when these hot dogs get here. I'm excited to use your recipes to plate them, and I just want to see people go crazy for a second, And then because people typically think, the fanciest hot dog they think about is the Chicago dog.
Yeah, which is really good, by the way. I just came from Chicago. That Chicago dog is amazing.
It's amazing. But that's as far as people have gone. Now you're taking them on food adventures. I feel like we need to do like an elegant hot dog pop-up. Like
Yeah, a gourmet hot dog pop-up. Yes, I agree. So, and that's where we are with hot dogs. Something that started like over 100 years ago with, in New Jersey or New York and Coney Island is where they're saying it started in America, right outside of the ballpark, the Polo Yards. Again, with a guy just yelling, get your hot dogs, runs out of rolls. Runs out of the little things to put them into people to eat them without the roll, and then puts them in a roll. And, here we go, 100 years later. And so now we're dazzling them up even more. So super excited about National Hot Dog Day. Is there anything that you can add about healthy tips for instance, we're making our hot dogs from scratch. Real quick, can you talk a little bit on healthy tips for eating for athletes and things like that before we jump into is a hot dog a sandwich?
Well, is a hot dog a sandwich or a taco? Which one is it? Okay, because all of it's in between some bread. But I don't feel like fighting today. I don't feel like it. So
we got fighters for that. You don't have to do any fighters. We got 2 fighters here today who can go pound for pound and talk about this. So we don't have to do any fighting today. But you're right. Like, I just saw a meme today on social media about tacos, and it was like, it said something to the effect of where did tacos come from? Do you remember your grandmother saying she was making tacos for dinner 40 years ago? Grandmothers wasn't making tacos. Girl, honey, I make tacos every chance I get now. I think I might be the next player my whole life. But no, grandmothers weren't making tacos for meals 40 years ago.
The closest, so I grew up in DC, okay? I went to Duke Ellington in Georgetown, Bladensburg Road and Minnesota Avenue. Those are my stomping grounds, okay? So, and then, my family lives in Anacostia, and my dad's from Berry Farms.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So, what is a taco? And then our most elegant thing that we used to do was we went to it used to be this restaurant called Master Host Inn, but that was Chinese food. So I didn't start seeing, or hearing about tacos actually until I went, I seen and heard Taco Bell, blah, blah, blah. But when I went to the military and I went to, I was actually in California and we went to Tijuana. And I was hooked after that. You could not keep me away from a burrito, a chorizo, flan. I needed to know everything that they possibly did in that country because everything had flavor from the beginning of it to the end. But to stay on our hot dogs, because that's a fight that Brandon and Blaze can duke out, every time. My thing is with hot dogs, I don't eat pork. So the casing. You don't have to have them with the casing on it. And I think that's another reason why a lot of people steer away from it is because, the casing is, from a hog. And if they don't eat pork, even if the hot dog says it doesn't have a casing on, they're still going to not eat it. But I think we need to start re-educating people, especially people like you, Sporty. That's why we have people like you in our industry, because you help to educate us on the differences with the hot dogs. And then you also give us variations of those hot dogs. I think that I am not a big hot dog eater. I have to be craving a hot dog to eat it. And then I got to clean the whole kitchen because I got to go to work. This hot dog is going to be magnificent. But like in our house, we do a lot of vegetables. So I think that, people, they do the raw onion, they do the caramelized onions. I've taken the roots of broccoli and shaved it down and kind of done like a little frying with the onion. I add pepper dews, we add tomatoes. We are sauerkraut lovers. My husband, you can't even see the hot dog. Like that's how much sauerkraut he puts on it. I've done it with I have kimchi in there. I've done a kimchi dog.
Yeah.
You can do hot dogs, tacos, burgers. You can literally create, I don't even know how many variations.
Yeah.
And then Sporty wants to start showing off and adding arugula and strawberries to it. So now I have to go back to the drawing board and see what I can come up with. She's doing black eyed peas. Next thing you know, she's going to have a collard green with with a Swiss chard.
A fried collard green. Yes.
I'm so excited about it. I can tell my mouth is watering because I can.
Oh, I'm already thinking. I'm already going there. I'm already thinking. And now you're right. And that's a healthy way to kind of like add to something you already think is not, even if you don't have a hot dog that's not, yeah.
But when you think about it, like the hot dog is already, it's your meat, and then you have the bun. That's your carb, right? So you need that vegetable, and normally, it's 5 to 6 ounces of a protein, is 1/4 cup of the carb, and then it's 2 cups of vegetables. Your job as the consumer is to put 2 cups of vegetables on that hot dog.
Yeah.
And it didn't say what kind of it. I have done a hot dog, Sporty, listen to me. Elote on top of the hot dog.
Oh, that sounds really good.
It will change you will marry that hot dog, I promise you. It will change.
I'm loving it. All right. I'm there. We're going to talk more about hot dogs. We're getting a little crazy here. We're a little going off. This is all good conversation around the hot dog, of course. But we're going to bring it back in, and we're going to get our 2 other co-hosts on here. Thank you so much, Chef Nina, for talking about the elevation of the hot dog. We got so much more to explore together, you and I. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, we're going to bring on, coming up next, guys, guess what? Is a hot dog a sandwich or not? I don't know. You guys let me know. We have a poll right here online that you can go to and put in whether you think a hot dog is a sandwich or not. After you hear our 2 co-hosts go at it, and they give their arguments about whether they think a hot dog is a sandwich or not. So we have Fidler Hernandez. Come on and join us on here, Blaze, and let's get this started. We got Brandon Chambers.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, let's get you on here too, Brandon, and let's get this talk going. And
hey, everyone, what's going on?
All right, so these 2 guys here are sports phenoms. They know what to eat. They know how to stay active. They're into that lifestyle. Blaze hasn't had my hot dogs yet, but Brandon has. He's definitely a hot dog connoisseur. And he even has his own hot dog, guys, just in case you didn't know, called the Brody dog. Yeah, so we actually promoted the Brody dog for Brandon, which is a chili, pickles, relish, onions, and chili all on a dog, and it's phenomenal. We stacked it on there. I don't know how we get it on there, Brandon. When Brandon told me, he was like, hey, this is what I want on my dog. I was like, okay, you sure that's gonna, he's like, it's gonna be awesome. You just watch. I was like, how are we gonna get all this on? And we did, and it's really good. He loves it. So he definitely is a big hot dog fan. We gotta get Blaze converted over, but they both have their arguments about hot dogs. So Blaze has taken the position of a hot dog is a sandwich, and he's going to argue to that point. Brandon he's taken the position that a hot dog is not a sandwich, and he's going to argue his point. We have about 8 minutes, and we're going to roll with this thing. It's going to be about a minute around, and so we'll have both of them argue their points. you guys poll in and tell me what you think after this 8 minutes is over. All right, let's start with Brandon. Hey, Brandon, since you're the hot dog connoisseur. All right, a hot dog is not a sandwich. And your point is?
Okay. My point is, with a sandwich, is 2 pieces of bread laid flat. Your hot dog is not laid flat. It's in its bun, cut down the center, or if you don't have a bun, it's on its bread, but the bread's laid flat down, and you have to roll it in order for it to go into the hot dog form. But like with like a sandwich, it's too much with that. And normally with sandwiches, you eat sandwiches with 2 hands. You don't eat a hot dog with 2 hands.
All right, your thoughts, Blaze? Like a hot dog is not flat. It's like not a sandwich. It's on one slice of bread. Like, what's going on? Blaze, what do you think?
So I will say, as I sit here in my study, reading the books and trying to answer this question of the ages. You know, Aristotle could not answer this question, neither could Socrates. Francis Bacon took a whack at it, but he couldn't do that either. So guess what? Even though a hot dog is technically not on a flat surface, 2 pieces of bread does not necessarily define a sandwich. So that is your idea of a sandwich. Do you consider Subway sandwiches a sandwich? And also, if you have a big enough hot dog, you're not eating that with just 1 hand. You're eating that with 2 hands, especially the Brody dog when you have a lot of stuff on it. You gonna eat a Brody dog with 1 hand, Brandon?
Yes, I do.
Or not? You eat it with 1 hand and not get sloppy? Man, that is some magic you got to show me. So anyways,
He has a long time.
what I will say is Merriam-Webster, the keeper of the English dictionary, does define hot dog as a sandwich. And so I will almost rest my case unless you have any counterpoints.
So you rest your case on Merriam-Webster
You
dictionary.
cannot eat a hot dog
Almost,
like this.
unless there's a counterpoint.
You don't eat a hot dog from
Okay, we got a demonstration. We have a demonstration. Let's go, Brandon.
Let's do it.
Not eat a hot dog from the middle. You eat it like this. A sandwich you're going to eat from the middle, whether you cut it in half or not. You do not, I repeat, you do not eat a hot dog from the middle like you would eat a sandwich. And right here, this is the hitter dog, which has a pickle spear, a little bit of mustard, sriracha sauce, and coleslaw on it. You can only get these if you come to my house. Sorry about that. But like, that's just like saying a taco is just a Mexican sandwich. Then, like, no, like you can't say that. A hot dog, it's its own thing.
So wait, I have a counterpoint to that. So while you still technically eat a hot dog however you want it, it does not change the definition of what a sandwich is and the fact that a hot dog is a sandwich and defined by Merriam-Webster, which is the keeper of the English dictionary. And technically a taco, if we're going off the dictionary, by the Oxford definition, is a Mexican dish consisting of a fried tortilla, typically folded with various kinds of mixtures such as seasoned meat, beans, lettuce, and tortillas. So technically, if we're going off the definition of what a sandwich is, not how you can eat it, that's a whole different argument. Is a hot dog a sandwich? The answer is yes, based on the Merriam-Webster dictionary. And that is it.
So, Blaze is saying there's no argument. Merriam-Webster says it's a hot dog is a sandwich. It's a sandwich. But Brandon is saying no, that is not the case. You have another point you wanted to argue, Brandon, like about ketchup. What's going on with ketchup?
You don't put ketchup on a hot dog. This mustard, and not that hard brown New York mustard either. Yellow mustard goes on a hot dog. See, this is me, and this is Blaze. I won the argument so far, and I never had a hot dog from Merriam-Webster or whatever dictionary you're using. Okay, it's a hot dog. It's not a sandwich.
Man, if that mustard and ketchup were actually real, I think that mustard would be knocked off the counter. It's okay, Brandon. We'll eventually get to that. But what I will say is, even your little display still does not verify what I said. It doesn't counter any points. That doesn't matter. Whatever you can put on it. Besides, I love that kind of mustard on my sandwich, my Subway sandwich, which you can eat with 1 hand or 2 hands. So either way, you can put ketchup on whatever you want, but ingredients that go onto the sandwich still does not negate it from actually being a sandwich itself.
Go to Chicago and say that.
I will.
Oh,
Yes.
All right, we got 2 minutes left, guys, for the end of your debate. So far I have Brandon. You've already talked about why it's not a sandwich. You talked about not adding ketchup on there. You talked about it's not on a roll. It's not on 2 slices of bread. It's basically not on a flat surface. It's in a roll. So it's a hot dog. Like, come on. But Blaze, you're sticking to your guns here. You're saying Merriam-Webster has it defined. It's written down. It's solid. It's detestable, and it's gotta be gotta be a hot dog because it's gotta be a sandwich because you can put whatever you want on it. Basically, you can eat it just like you would with 2 hands, 1 hand, whatever, just like you would any sandwich, right? All right, we got 2 more minutes left. So, any closing arguments? I'm leaning towards right now that the hot dog may be a sandwich, but we gotta come on, Brody. We gotta do a knockout punch here. What you got? What else you got?
I never had no hot dog from Merriam-Webster. I had one from you, Sporty. So until Merriam-Webster makes me a hot dog is not a sandwich.
Well, I will say Merriam-Webster is not making any food anytime because their entire job is to keep tabs on the English dictionary and to update it with our language. So maybe in 100 years, you may be right, but it's not going to happen right now in this day and time. And even, if you want to look at it in the book, Brandon, whenever we go shooting or wherever we go sparring, I'll bring the dictionary and I will highlight it just for you. And we'll be like, here's the definition of a sandwich, and this is what it says specifically, even on the hot dog.
Well, until they make me one, no, a hot dog is just a hot dog.
All right, Ben and Jerry's coming out with the hot dog too next. No, I did want to say thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate this. I want to give a shout out to Jetta Promotions also for setting me and Brandon both up on this. So thank you so much, Tony. We appreciate you and we love you.
Yes, big shout out to Tony, Jetta Promotions, also the Sporty Thug. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate this.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. You do a good job always. Hey, Blaze, I got to get you to come down and check out this hot dog sandwich.
Oh, yeah. Oh, speaking of which, because I did win this debate, is there going to be a bell or something like that I can take a picture? Maybe if we can make a Blaze dog, it'll be spicy with like some Mexican dishes. Like, I'll put some, we'll figure it out. We'll put a little sauce on it. We'll see where it goes.
Okay, definitely. We'll have to talk about that. We'll have to talk about that and see how that goes. But yeah, give me your ideas. Again, I'm always looking forward to elevating stuff. So guys, remember your poll is there. What do you think? Do we have Team Brody for the win? A hot dog is not a sandwich? Or do we have Team Blaze for the win? A hot dog is a sandwich. Come on, Marion is right there. What do you guys think? A lot of people don't trust Marion, though. There's a lot of books out there that actually lie. But anyway, guys, just to throw the caveat. But definitely put your sum it up in your polls and let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much. It's always a pleasure having you guys. Shout out again to Tony G to Promotions for his assistance on arranging this for us. And we're going to wrap up right now. We're going to talk a little bit about our giveaways. And we're going to award our VIP winner. So this is the question for our VIP winner. And I've already said it earlier today. If you guys can send me a message, you can send it in the chat here, or you can send it in my email, or you can DM us on Instagram at the Sporty Dog. Where we started and what year Sporty Dog started, you win our VIP for a year. So the first person who's able to answer that question correctly wins Sporty Dogs for a year. So please go ahead and answer. And we also have some giveaways here that we're going to also randomly pick out from our listserv of participants today. So you're going to look out for an email from us that says, hey, you've been randomly selected as one of our winners for our sponsored giveaways. And we appreciate you guys for joining us today. We're wrapping up now right around 8:10. So I'm sorry for the late start today. We had some technical difficulties. I was trying to get everybody on, and the video wasn't working, and you know, hot dogs didn't make it to where they're supposed to be, and oh man, you know how it goes when you have an event. So those type of things happen. But I can't wait. We can't wait till we get back out there and we're able to see all of our customers and consumers again. Looking forward to it, so we don't have to do this online thing. That, you know, it's all about being personal, and you know, we love that personal touch to our business. So again, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. We are signing off. Thank you for all my participants, and yeah, have a happy rest of the National Hot Dog Day. Adios.
See y'all later.
Bye, guys.
Blaze really lost.
Man, stop that.